All right, so I know what a lot of you guys are thinking. Amazon warehouse job, why did he just apply for that? It's not a gig economy job. It's not a delivery job. That's not what this channel is about. All of those concerns are 100% valid. They're reasonable. I'm going to address them in this video, but there are some very important reasons behind why I decided to apply for this Amazon warehouse job. I'm going to get into all of that in this video. What's up, everybody? It's Jonathan from Gig Nation, and today we're looking at something a little bit different. We're looking at an Amazon warehouse job that I recently applied for in Jacksonville, Florida. I moved here about a month ago, and normally I'm doing gig economy stuff. I'm doing a lot of entrepreneurial things, but I started off doing some gigs here and they went really well, but I've noticed that there's this summer slowdown thing going on. It's kind of like a nationwide thing. Everyone's experiencing it, and it's here too. I kind of like to keep busy. I like to be doing stuff, and when the gig economy is not busy, I start to look for other things to do. And right now, I'm deciding to try out this Amazon warehouse thing because I've heard a lot about it. And I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, but I'm going to walk you guys through the entire process of me, trying this out. And the position I applied for is just a part-time thing. It's 15 to 24 hours a week. It pays $15.50 an hour. They advertise paying between 50 and 20 in Amazon warehouse jobs, depending on where you're working at. So if I had applied in Seattle before I left, I'm sure it would have been closer to 20 or even above $20 an hour, but it's not as much here. There's also sign-up bonuses in different regions. So there's some incentives to do it. They have medical benefits, which is a big one, right? Because if you're working enough, you're going to start to get covered, and that's one of my biggest out-of-pocket expenses every single month. So it would be nice to have that taken care of. But as I mentioned, I'm just working the part-time position to start. At least that's what I applied for. And I'm going to be doing some other things while I'm working this. The gig economy has been slow. I'll still have videos on that, but probably not as much over the summer when it's this slow period, other than like those moving jobs. It's not really the busiest time to be doing delivery, which is one of the more popular segments. So I'm going to also do some self-starter videos, some businesses you can start on your own with very little upfront capital, and businesses that actually could be scaled up to 6 figures if you do it right. I'm going to be working on that on the side. I'm only doing this part-time, 15 to 24 hours a week, so I will have time to start that on the side, but I just wanted something that I could jump into and start working right now, because honestly, I've been sitting around a little bit too much lately. It's driving me crazy, and I need to be keeping busy. So first of all, let's talk about the process of applying for these jobs. And honestly, it couldn't be easier. It's kind of like a gig economy job. They just make it as easy as possible to onboard you so that they can bring on more people to fill demand. The demand is huge in a lot of bigger cities and just a lot of random cities across the US. It's not as big here. I'm going to show you guys the first job that I applied for, and as soon as I kind of clicked apply, this job disappeared and there was no other jobs for about a day, and then this new job popped up, which I was able to at least get kind of like a preemptive contract with. So I have to pass like some other basic stuff. I have to get a background check, a drug test. I go into a pre-hire appointment tomorrow to talk to people, kind of get a feel for the job. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get the job after that. There's one big reason why I might not get this job. I'm a little bit worried about it, and it's the fact that I was previously deactivated from Amazon Flex. I know Amazon is really good at keeping data on everything and on everybody. So it's possible that comes back to bite me, but I think it's pretty straightforward that I'm going to get this job other than that. And it took all of like 5 minutes to apply online. So almost immediately after I applied, I got this email and it was a contingent offer for the delivery station team member position at $15.50 an hour for that part-time work schedule. It's kind of the night hours, which I don't mind. I'm kind of a night person myself. I'm definitely not a morning person, so I'm glad that they actually had these night shifts. It was really the only thing available, so I didn't have a choice here. But given that it's 11:30 p.m. to 3:30 a.m., it's not going to be that bad. It's not like completely switching my schedule. It's just going to be changing it over a little bit. So let's just run through like the 3 or 4 biggest things you need to know when you're doing this application process. As I mentioned, really simple and streamlined. So if you are looking for something to get hired quickly, this is definitely one of those options to just start working and start getting those consistent hours with potential benefits. When you log on, you have a chance to kind of create your profile, talk about your education, previous jobs and stuff. I did list my education. I didn't get too deep into like the resume stuff because honestly, I don't think it matters. I think Amazon will hire just about anyone with a clean background check, that doesn't use drugs. So I didn't really need to provide too much of that stuff. And really the positions are populated as they appear and they disappear as soon as they're taken. So if you log on and you don't see any jobs available, they will send you email notifications about available jobs. I signed up for that. I honestly can't say that I remember getting notified about this second job that I applied for and got the contingent offer on. I just logged back in like a day and a half later and I saw this job pop up, clicked it, applied for it, and then right then I got the contingent offer. So once you do that, you get the email, then it'll tell you about a couple things with the pre-hiring process. These are just questions for Amazon. It's like some tax credit evaluations that they get, and they just want to know basic info about you, if you were in the military, your ethnicity, disabilities, stuff like that. And that takes about 30 seconds to fill out. You then schedule the pre-hire appointment, and there's just a ton of slots available. I have a feeling this is the same everywhere. And that's probably just to go in and to kind of, get that formal education about what you're about to be doing when you start work. They have a 5-minute video online that you can watch about your job. Pretty simple tasks, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not completely familiar with what all of these different roles are. But as I mentioned, I have worked for Amazon Flex in the past, so I've seen people in warehouses working certain jobs kind of related to Amazon warehouse jobs and what they're doing, and I have a decent feel for it. The position that I applied for wasn't exactly, my dream Amazon warehouse job. It was just available, and it was on that part-time schedule, which I think will be nice. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is like unloading parcels and packages, organizing them, and then moving these parcels. So basic like warehouse work, getting stuff organized so that the Amazon Flex and the Amazon delivery DSP drivers can pick them up the next day. Now, if you guys are interested in this topic and want to hear more, let me know. Leave a comment down below. I can follow up with another video after the pre-hire process, and I really want to do a video about my first day in the Amazon warehouse job to give you kind of a little more information and view into what that looks like. I'm not sure I'll be able to bring a camera in there and film it, especially on my first day, because I am taking this seriously, but I have seen other people do Amazon warehouse videos where they have the camera in there, so I'll see kind of what I can do there. But I just want to, let you guys know about this process, the onboarding thing, so that if you've even thought about trying it, you can go ahead and, have a little bit more confidence going into that. Once more, I will say it's incredibly easy. Like, I've thought about this in the past. I've never really thought it was something that I wanted to do, but right now, just being in a new city, the boredom with not having that same day-to-day routine has really just driven me towards looking for a routine, and I think this will be an interesting one to try. So that's my reasoning, and it's crazy how fast it can start and how easy it is to get onboarded as soon as you just decide that you're interested in it. And I think that routine is going to bring a lot of positive things to my life. That daily schedule is not something that I've had with the gig economy, with running my own businesses, with working for myself, and it's kind of something that I've craved in the past. So it's going to be nice to dive back into that. I think, we'll see. It could be incredibly monotonous or boring, or it could be really hard work. I don't really know what it's going to be like getting into it, but for better or for worse, I am looking forward to it. And it's only part-time, so if you have been looking to fill your schedule, working in the gig economy with more stuff, with more of a routine, maybe something like this part-time is a good supplement, especially during the slow months of the summer for you as well. That's what I'm thinking, and I'm sure there's other people that it applies to. But I will be having other content related to the gig economy, related to side hustles and businesses you can start, so stay tuned for that as well. Give me all of the feedback. If you didn't like this video, if you don't like the fact that I'm turning on the gig economy, that's totally fair. Leave a comment about that down below as well. I like to hear all feedback, positive and negative. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.